Okay, all right, let's move straight to our next conversation. Now, the dynamics preceding the 2027 elections have continued to gain traction. As part of this, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, is striving to form a formidable opposition against the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. The PDP and supporters of former President Goodluck Jonathan have started wooing key aspirants to back his ambition, with the PDP likely zoning its 2027 presidential ticket to the south. They are intensifying efforts to woo Peter Obi and chieftains from the north, who are also putting pressure on Jonathan to join the race. Okay, Vikio, again, why is former President Jonathan's camp and some PDP leaders wooing Peter Obi? Why?
So before I drop my opinion, if a newspaper house or an individual opens his mouth to say people died over competency tests that DSS conducted, you must provide proof.
The evidence, true.
If you cannot provide proof, if the DSS decides to deal with you in their own way, don't stand on the rooftops and be saying, oh, the DSS have come, this and that. Because the claim that the people died based on exam-related issues in the hands of the DSS under Oluwatosin's leadership is false. It's false. Because I checked and checked and checked. There was nothing like that. So we can say all what we like. There's nothing we gain by destroying our institutions. Because when you need help, you will still turn. It's just like some lousy politicians abusing the judiciary all over the place. Yet the same people, the same institutions that they do not have regard for, when people have breached their rights or when people offend them, they are running back to the same judges that they continue to badmouth all over the place. I saw a former governor now, you know, saying all kinds of things. Oh, so now you believe in the judiciary, you had this habit of implementing only the judgments of the court that favored you when you were a governor. So it's important that we know what we are doing. The Yorubas will say, we have to know what we are doing. That's translating it literally. So talking about, I think this issue has been on for some time. The PDP believe that Peter Obi has not made his final decision. That's why it appears that they are. That's why it appears that they are desperate to bring him into the fold. And you know, when he says that, when Peter Obi says, "I am ready to work with any group just to send the APC packing," it will start ringing in their heads that, oh, perhaps he will be happy to come back to us, given what is going on in the Labour Party and all that. So he's a former member of their party. Their efforts to bring him to the fold is legitimate. And whether we like it or not, Peter Obi is one of the strongest politicians today. He's strong on social media, he's strong with the young people. You know, he's a big opposition voice. No matter what we say about, we may not like his methods, we may not like his tactics, but he's a strong opposition voice. And now that the PDP has taken the courage to zone the presidency to the south, they believe that people like Peter Obi should take the opportunity, because where they are, as far as they are concerned, they are not sure that they will get the ticket.
All right, we'll continue with this conversation right after this break. Don't go away. It's still Journalist Hangout. All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. I still have BK right here with us and Shola Ojewusi. Now, still going back to the issue of the PDP, you know, but what specific concessions are the PDP leaders offering Peter Obi to lure him back?
Well, I don't know their fixation about Peter Obi, because you know, that seems to be a kind of confusion from the house of PDP. Today we hear they are bringing in Jonathan, that there is a group of people bringing it, or they are considering because of what they feel was the possibility of the North supporting him because he can only do 4 years. But maybe after also looking at the legal possibilities, because there are feelers from some areas that Jonathan, if they bring him forward, may create a kind of legal bottlenecks.
Yeah,
considering the issue of swearing in, whatever. So they might be seeing Jonathan as a kind of dicey candidate, and considering, like BKO said, the kind of social media followership and momentum he has, though that's still to be put to test, then they feel maybe they can use Obi as the man to really do the job. But I think there is a lot of confusion, and we may think 2027 is far away, but all these flip-flops, you know, about who your candidate is, you're not even sure. The guy who's also been touted as a member has not really come up to say that, because before we were talking of him leaning towards the ADC, today you're talking of, so where exactly is your candidate? Who exactly is your candidate? What platform? So that confusion, I thought maybe by the time they did their last meeting, they will have made up their mind. There is a party already, the opposition party, APC, has already zeroed its mind to a particular, the nation already knows who they, but you are still rigmaroling, wasting time on who and who. Well, I believe the airgates of the party will come up and really come and show the nation what they really want. But this flip-flop, to me, I mean, to be fair, is not auguring well for them if they really think they can make an impact in 2027. So why are you fixated with Jonathan? I also expect a problem to come up. I mean, with Obi, already I have some Igbo friends who are saying, why Jonathan? Why does he want to spoil Igbo chance? You know, that tendency that Obi is the man that's representing their tendencies, their interests, and by bringing Jonathan into the fray, so that platform is already dicey. But also, so what will happen?
There are also talks that this former President Goodluck Jonathan's allies, they are, you know, calling on Peter Obi to step down for the former president. But BKO, supporters of the former President Jonathan are saying that he's the only one that can match President Bola Tinubu at the polls. How true is this?
One thing is certain. Jonathan would only agree to run if he's guaranteed the ticket. Anything short of that, count him out. There are certain things that we are certain of. I'm certain that Jonathan will only run if he is sure he will be the consensus candidate. Anything outside of that, forget it. He's not going to bring himself down to contest the primaries and probably be confronted with the possibility of an embarrassment. He's not going to, given the height he has reached, as vice president, as president, you know, he would think that if they feel strongly that I'm the man who can do it, then let everyone step down for me. Let everyone settle for me. So the people behind this agitation for him, they are the ones who are trying to get others to work with him. There was a story that I read where they were saying that Jonathan has promised to make Peter Obi a minister. But Peter Obi knows that he will commit political suicide if he agrees to step down for anyone or agrees to become minister to anybody. The people who support him, they see him as the hope for the Southeast. The Southeast believes that it is their time to become, I mean, to produce the president of this country. I mean, since 1999, the Southeast has neither produced the vice president nor the president. That's such a long time for a major tribe in our country. And that's why his candidacy galvanized a lot of people, because they saw an Igbo blood on that ballot.
So will the Southeast now see Jonathan as a friend or as an enemy if he's trying to upset the apple cart? That's one question. And also, I still want to go back to, because sometimes ago we heard the former First Lady saying there was nothing they were going to look for again at the...
Yeah, the impatience. And
does it then mean that there is a kind of confusion when you get to the other room? Because we see that as a kind of filler of the thinking, of the mindset of the former President Jonathan.
But the former president has not said anything.
Oh, okay.
We have not really heard.
So on that note, at least we have to believe that the wife of the former president is somebody very close to him.
Exactly.
And she came out to say, we don't... So there was even a time that she was saying that she had every reason to support even the current president. So if we are getting that filler from the other room, sorry to quote that from, apologies to the former president, the other room, then why are some people trying to create problem by trying to push this great man into the fray? Personally, I think the great man should also look at it deeply. There is the possibility of rubbishing a legacy when the right decision is not taken. I hope the man knows what he's doing, and I wish him well.
I do not see him contesting the election.
No.
I do not see him.
But if you're to advise him, will you tell him to take the bait?
No. No. Seeing what is likely to happen, no. If you see, I've heard some people say if Jonathan and what's his name?
Peter Obi.
Peter Obi were to come back to the PDP, that the election will be over by 12 noon. That phrase, election will be over by 12 noon, is ridiculous. It comes from people who know very little about politics in our country. That 12 noon that you are talking about, they've not even finished accreditation in some places.
No, is the
that 12
about
noon,
the South?
That 12 noon that you are talking about, INEC has not even brought ballot materials. I mean, in the last election, people were voting as late as 10 p.m., 11 p.m. in rooms that were not well lit. So what is it, the 12 noon? Whom do you want to defeat before 12 noon? An incumbent? Why are we so ridiculous? You want to defeat an incumbent before 12 noon? How is it going to happen? Even Jonathan, despite the noise about, oh, there is corruption during his regime, and did not desperately wanted power, was Jonathan defeated before 12 noon? Jonathan lost by only 4 percentage points. People forget these things. You want to defeat the incumbent before 12 noon?
I just hope some people are not out there to get the former president to spend his money.
Just in 30 seconds, so we move straight.
So I pray, and I believe the former president knows what he's doing. He's a statesman, and he knows something about his legacy. I pray he will not allow anybody to rubbish that legacy.
All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our next conversation. Now, according to Pablo Picasso, action is the foundational key to all success. Following the killings in Borno State, President Bola Tinubu has ordered the overhaul of the military architecture and directed the armed forces to review ongoing security operations. This includes the deployment of advanced military hardware and surveillance equipment to eliminate terrorist groups across the country. This comes as Vice President Kashim Shettima expressed deep condolences to the government and people of Borno State over the recent terrorist attack that claimed many lives in Darajamal community in Bama local government area of Borno State. Now, Shola, let's begin this way. I mean, what does the term overhaul of military